Can you summarize Plato's take on being in 5 minutes? Obviously not. What you can say is that you can look at Plato's take on being from like a specific angle, and that's what I'm trying to do in my project. Now, Plato wrote a dialogue called the Euthydemus, where he makes fun of the sophists' take on being and on learning and on arguing about what's the best method to teach young students. The Euthydemus, in a sense, is a philosophical comedy that is designed to laugh about sophistical fallacies. One of the fallacies that Plato discusses is a fallacy concerning being. So Dionysius and Euthydemus argue that it is impossible to state falsehood. And how do they do that? Well, they say, whenever you speak, you say something, t in Greek. Whenever you say something, you say ton, being in Greek. Again, our participle. And whenever you say ton, you say the truth, precisely because being and truth are closely connected in the Greek language, as we saw in the previous video. Therefore, whenever you speak, you say the truth. Hence, it is impossible to state falsehood. Is it possible to entertain false opinions? Plato would certainly say yes. I mean, he argues that that's possible in the Theaetetus, which is his dialogue dedicated to epistemology. And in the Sophist, which is a dialogue that has as main questioner this so-called stranger of Elia, and Elia is a town from which also Parmenides hailed. Well, the stranger of Elia argues that we have to overcome Parmenides' take on being, that state according to which it is impossible to state that is not, and you only have to think and say and pronounce that being is and that not being is not. The stranger of Elia argues that you should say that in a way being is not and in a way not being is. Why should you say that? Precisely because you have to make room for the possibility of stating falsehood. And in so doing, the stranger of Elia connects Parmenides' take on being, this idea that you have a univocal meaning of being, to the sophist fallacies. Plato overcomes the take by both Parmenides and the sophists by playing with words. And in so doing, he leads us to the understanding that being has many meanings. Thank you.